Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Representative Guillen left, but I suspect I'm like lots of members that you hold your breath and wait for the fiscal note to come out and hope it's something that's favorable. But I think the key point is that it says it's not a significant cost. Today, as you heard in testimony, we do issue limited term driver's licenses to people that have visas. And in discussions with DPS, I anticipate that instead of the words limited term, they'd have some indicator above that that would be different. And that's pretty simple work since we already have licenses that do something very similar. So just to refocus everyone, this bill is really about identification related to voting. I'm not trying to prevent anyone from getting a license if they're legally authorized to get it. It's also not precedent setting. As you heard, we have this limited term concept, but in California, for example, they put on driver's licenses for certain non-citizens today that they're not to be used for voting, employment, welfare benefits, or any other federal purpose. So other states do similar things, and I typically don't look at California for ideas, but you might, I don't know. So we also weren't seeking this issue out. We were working on the limited term issue and making sure that it was clear for election folks that those are not to be accepted. And Ledge Council actually brought to our attention that there was this difference between driver's licenses for refugees and asylees. So it's not something that I was actually seeking out. We just discovered it in the course of research for something else. So I don't expect delays. I'm glad DPS was here to testify on that. And as it relates to doing fingerprints, refugees do, as you heard, provide 10 fingerprints when they apply. They also have to do it every 10 years when they renew their cards that have their identification photo on it as well. So if it generates fear, I suspect it would generate fear to get your federal permit renewed as well. I just don't think that's a valid argument. Certainly not intended to scare anybody.
Members,
If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
any questions?
So.
No questions? Okay, at this time, the chair withdraws the committee substitute to House Bill 582, and the chair's intent to leave House Bill 582 pending.